What's up, guys? Welcome. Let's see here. Just get everything set up here real quick. Make sure we are good to go. A little early today. Just giving everybody a few seconds to trickle in here. All right. So if you guys are watching this after the fact, welcome. And I hope everybody had a great New Year's. Let's see here. Let's get into this. So what's up, man? How are you doing, man? All right, so we'll just get into it. We'll start it off. So obviously checking out Milady first. Gotta always make sure we're checking our lady, right? We are sitting at around 65. Again, real quick, forgot to tell everybody Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's 2024, right? So right here for Milady, we are currently sitting around that 65. We did bottom out. I didn't see this bottom. This was probably last night somewhere where we bottomed out. Somewhere around the 62, 63 mark. And you guys can see we bottomed out multiple times here. This has been a pivotal spot for some solid support. But since then, we have been slowly retracing. We are sitting, like I said, around the 65. Nothing crazy. It's been about a 5% gain from this bottom to where we're at right now. You can see we kind of just jumped right back into this channel. And we're really at the bottom of the channel right here. You can see. So really, for Milady, nothing big is going on for today. But I think in the back end, we have some things setting up, right? And it's not going to be just for Milady. If you can see, Bitcoin today actually has been going on a nice run. You guys remember we did point out that we saw somewhat of a bear flag forming. And I was predicting that we should see some kind of a big, nice upward movement. Thinking probably after we get through with the holidays. Even though it's only January 1st, things are already looking towards the upside. Obviously, we're sitting at around 43,762 to be exact. Hopefully we can get up and start retesting that 45,000 mark. That would be a very, very pivotal spot that we definitely want to keep retesting and hopefully break. And we're going to go through a couple things during the stream, obviously, that we've already been talking about, but just some couple articles that we can see that kind of back up what we've been talking about as far as these upcoming ETFs and stuff like that. Right now, Milady particularly is sitting at the market cap about $48 million, so a little less than $50 million. We can go over to Gate.io and you can see that the buys right now, the buys to sell, we're sitting at around 38.6% buys versus the sells is at 61, almost 62%, right? But a couple of things that I did want to just point out with this is you guys, if you remember from like the last 5-6 days, we have been coming from, we were technically about 5 days ago, the buys were at 5%, the sells were at 95%. So we have been steadily moving up as far as buys. We haven't actually taken over yet, and I think that's why we haven't moved. You know, we're still sitting in the same little channel that we've been in, right? Because our buys versus sells have not, taken over the sellers. The sellers are still in control as of right now. And you can see clearly right here with the sells being over 61%. Now, as far as the wallets for Milady, just covering, because we have been covering this. Whale wallets right now sitting at around 43 whale wallets, meaning there is at least 43 wallets that are above $100,000 right now. That is technically down from the previous day. So we're getting information that's about 2 days old. So on the 29th, we were about 43 whale wallets. As of the 27th or the 28th, we were at about 45. So you can see nothing dramatic, but you can see we have lost a couple whale wallets. Now, that doesn't mean that they've completely sold off, but they have moved out of that threshold of holding over 100,000 Milady in one particular wallet. So, and that's what's weird is if you look at the actual whale holdings is up. It's up on the 29th, 666 trillion tokens being held. If you go back towards like the 26th, it was 665. So it's not like it's a dramatic move up, but you can see the whale wallets have slightly decreased, but the whale holdings has increased. So I'm guessing that most likely what I'm guessing is that we've been talking about like certain exchanges have been adding to their bag, particularly pretty much just getting ready, I think, for their exchanges. You know, just to, if there's a big influx, they want to make sure that they're holding on to enough. And pretty much what I'm thinking is the exchanges are the ones that are adding to the whale accumulation, but the actual whale wallets, you can see we have trickled down a little bit. We were at a high of around, hold on here, sorry. We were at a high of around, oh, what did I click into here? We were at a high of about 55 whale wallets, but you can see as of today, like I pointed out, we were at 43, and it's been slowly going down, like a wallet or two a day. And I think, remember, we're 2 days behind as far as our information on those wallets. So I think as we start moving into January and things start moving back up towards the upside, you're going to see wallets starting to increase again as far as whales. But for right now, you know, it is what it is. Lady's still sitting kind of stagnant in this channel. I keep saying it over and over. What I'm doing is just pretty much taking advantage of whenever these dips occur, I'm just adding. So whenever we break out of this channel, I pretty much start looking to buy in, especially when we see these dramatic drops. So far, 62, basically 63 has been holding as a pivotal spot for some support. And if that's the case, you guys can see we mapped it out yesterday. We're still up 125% as far as for Milady in the last 4 weeks. So if this is going to be a takeoff spot, this would be a pivotal spot where we could definitely start moving from here, and we'll see some nice price action definitely blowing by this local high that we have right here. Now, going back to Bitcoin, you know, we definitely have a couple spots, you know, that we need to retest and break through. And I think as we start getting closer into mid-January, we're going to start seeing that. And that kind of leads me to what I wanted to look at as far as a couple little news articles real quick. Won't bore you out or anything like that. But one big thing that stands out is Bitcoin miners offload 129 million Bitcoin in a day, sending reserves to the lowest point since May. And you guys know, we've been talking about this for a while, not just for myself, but a lot of other places. You'll hear this information where the exchanges, the amount of Bitcoin that they're holding is starting to decrease, and it's not something that they want, obviously. It's just the fact that the amount of Bitcoins in circulation are decreasing. And you can see whenever Bitcoins are basically sending their Bitcoin into reserves, they're basically moving them into like cold wallets and stuff like that. And usually that's a good sign that they're have no plans to sell, right? And they're not putting it out in the market for exchanges to buy or anything like that. They're just pretty much putting it in to their cold wallets with anticipation that they're going to be selling in the future for a higher price. Right now, they're looking at Bitcoin and they're saying it's not time to sell. Pretty much is what that's getting to. Now, let's see here, a couple other things. Bitcoin ETF approval tip to be sell the news of it. Remember, I've been saying that. I've been saying, you know, just whenever, let's say the ETFs start getting approved, or they do get approved, because they're all going to get approved at once, right? It's going to be one, you know, I think it's like 10 ETFs they're all going to get approved, right? They're not going to just approve probably one. They're going to approve most likely most of them, if not all of them, right? And what I think is going to happen is as we get towards mid-January, maybe even towards the end of the first week or towards mid-January, like I said, this month that we're in, it's supposed to be approved. If this does happen, you'll probably see a spike in Bitcoin like we're starting to see now, right? With the anticipation. You'll start seeing a spike in Bitcoin. But what I'm anticipating is that we're probably going to see somewhat of a sell-off at some point after the ETFs, just because like people have been saying, it's typical where people will, buy the rumor and sell the news, right? So they'll buy in on the rumor that the ETFs are gonna get approved, and then as of it goes down, there's usually gonna be a sell-off. But that's gonna be perfectly fine, because let them sell off. I don't think it's gonna be a massive sell-off. I think that there's gonna be, a lot of people still flowing into Bitcoin, especially when that ETF gets approved and it's all over the news and stuff like that. There's gonna be a lot of new investors that are gonna start looking into Bitcoin and looking at Bitcoin like they haven't looked at Bitcoin before, right? Because now you have, ETFs approved. Now you're starting to get into like Wall Street and stuff like that, where the bigger investors are really going to start, because right now they look at Bitcoin and they're like, well, it's still like it's unregulated, it's too volatile, stuff like that. Well, when you start seeing ETFs approved, and then you see down the line like 401k starting to offer Bitcoin, and Fidelity and all these really big 401k firms, that's when you're going to see a lot of price stability, and you're going to see big investors starting to come in and really putting their money into Bitcoin. Let's see here. So real quick, AI was saying, what's up, guys? Guys, get excited. Big week. Bitcoin knows it too. Lady's going to bounce. Got another billion on this dip. Nice. Yeah, I added, I think it was yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. I added a nice chunk. I didn't catch that bottom that we were just talking about. Let me see here. Zoom in a little bit. But whenever we saw this dip right here, I believe, was this yesterday? Yeah, this was like today at some point. I guess it was like early in the morning. Oh, yeah, I was asleep because I was up late last night. I'm normally not up, but I was forced to stay up for New Year's. And that's why I'm like a little bit like, I'm not sluggish today, but I'm like just a little like, because I was up late as hell last night, celebrating New Year's. And I missed this dip, but it is what it is, right? Tony B, what's up, brother? Happy New Year's to everybody. Happy New Year's, guys. So let's see here. But other than that, as far as what I'm thinking, what we're going to be getting into as far as the whole crypto market, because right now, obviously we're focused on Milady, but you got to look at the whole crypto market as a whole, right? And right now, looking at the whole crypto market, I think we're just going to be slowly heading into the right direction, as we have been. We've been slowly heading into the right direction. We do see these dips and these sell-offs here and there, but if you zoom out and you really look at the big picture, everything's still looking like it's moving up. Everything's still, the narrative is still great as far as in Bitcoin, so the fear and greed, you can see still sitting at around 68. So there's still a lot of confidence in the market. Bitcoin dominance is going to start, I think, is going to start trickling up. It went up a half percent in the last 2 days. Remember, we actually, about 2 or 3 days ago, we were at 49.9, and then it went to 50 as of yesterday, and you can see it's actually moved up a 0.5%, which is a big move, actually, in just a day. And you're going to see that happening. You're going to see Bitcoin dominance is probably going to be moving up towards around 52%, and you're going to see the volume start moving in tremendously, I think, as we start getting and we start approaching this ETF date. So let's see here. Yep, we'll check Corgi right now. Hold on one second, man. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like. Let me see here. So we have a request to look at Corgi AI, which we've been following Corgi. Corgi's been in a cool off period. You can see Corgi has finally cool. It's finally getting his cool off, right? You can see it had this crazy spike up, this giga pump up to about 35, and then after that, it made this like crazy like buy and sell candle. I mean, you saw this enormous red candle, right? But it really, if you just take that out of the picture, this whatever this the hell happened right here, and you just look at the chart, you can see it was steadily moving up, but it made an M pattern, a double top, and we've since then been kind of trickling down. And I'm we any project's gonna go through this, especially something that's up 3,000% in the last like few months. It's gonna have some kind of a cool off period, right? Now, where are we gonna most likely bounce? That is anyone's guess, but I will tell you, as far as support and resistance, the 0.5 right here at the 18 most likely will be a pivotal spot. The 18.5 right here will be a pivotal spot for some support as far as it coming down, if it even breaks it down to there. Remember, Corgi has jumped up. The market cap's at still $570 million. So this project technically could continue to cool off for a little while. Obviously, we have this line in the sand right here, which is going to be about the 16.2. That's where we first made our top, and we got rejected. And then you can see we basically finally retested it, and we got rejected. I wouldn't doubt, since we've been well past that for a while, if we were to come back down, that's going to be your line in the sand, the 16.2 right there, where I would, if I was, looking at this project, which I kind of am, I really am looking at Corgi. I think we could possibly go on another run. I'm going to be having patience and waiting to see if maybe we could drop down towards the 16.2 mark right here before I start doing some buys as far as buying in. But Corgi, at the end of the day, if you zoom out and you really look at where it's at, the bottom of the fib is going to be your bottom pretty much. And where it's at sitting right now, currently, it's up 2,900%. So this thing still is up massively, massively. It kind of gets me a little worried if it can't find a spot soon that we might have some, like I said, we might be coming back down to test this 16. If it breaks this 16, all hands on deck, right? All hands on deck. We're probably going to be coming down and retesting, where we're going to probably gain another zero. And I only say this because Corgi is up so much. A lot of people are holding on to Corgi that are in profit, that are in green, that can sell at any minute. And you have a market cap of almost $600 million. So this has a lot of room for the downside, right? So if we don't find some solid support, which it could be right now, you can see it's been kind of consolidating for the last day or two. So if this thing if it can stay where it's at and maybe go on another run, or just stay where it's at right now until it kind of figures out what it wants to do, that would be a great thing. But again, a couple things. If I am looking for places to jump in or add to my bag, would be the 18, and that 16.2 would be the two pivotal spots I think are going to be as support. Now, let's see here. So AI Daily Answers 2024 is going to be a great evolving year. So many chess pieces are coming together. You know it, brother. That's like exactly what we've been saying, the whole time is really, right now, I know the last like 2 weeks for Milady particularly has been boring, right? It's been slightly boring, but it's you got to look at the big picture here. You got to look at the big picture and what we have coming up, and basically what we've been setting up for. It's going to be a big year, I think, for us. I really do. I think it's going to be a very big year for us. So, Michael, what's up, brother? Happy New Year's. And Boston Sweet Records, sending those rocket ships, because that's where we're going to be getting onto here soon, right? And let's see here. So Michael said he's been looking at Bonk as well, and we've been covering Bonk for sure on here, and we'll definitely look at it right now and see. Is this my Bonk chart? One of these is my Bonk chart. I think it's USD. Yep, there it is. So Bonk, almost like the same thing for Corgi. Bonk had such a massive run up, right? The market cap is still at around $860 million. 862, right? So with Bonk, I think Bonk's going to be a big player. Like I keep telling you guys, going to be a big player in this game. Whenever we really get into meme coin season, altcoin season, bull season, the bull run, like we're deep in it. I think Bonk's going to be a big player. But what worries me right now, as far as like if I wanted to buy in on Bonk, it's a couple things. The market cap is still potentially very high. At $860 million, it's still very high, and you have a lot of people sitting on profits right now. This thing could easily continue to slightly move down, right? I don't want to like scare you off or anything like that, but this thing could easily move down more because it just has it's been on such a run in the last few months, right? It did have a nice cool off period, and I think that for the most part it is finished as far as moving down. I think we're going to get into a spot where, and we technically are, where we're just going to consolidate and chop around. I think the people most of the time, most likely the sellers are pretty much done, and you have mostly long-term holders and people that are looking to get into the project are most likely the eyes that are on Bonk right now. So for me personally, I would, because like Bonk is great, and I know it's going to be a good project. Like I keep saying, it's running on the Solana network, so it's going to have that Solana backing it. Solana, as long as Solana continues to do great, I think it's all of Solana's DeFi is going to really thrive and continue to have massive pumps. But I like I said, I see so much more potential and gains as far as with Milady. I see a lot more potentials with gains for Milady just because of the fact that Milady, the market cap is so small. Bonk is at over $800 million. Even if, let's say, it bottomed out right here, where do you think Bonk's going to be going, in the next few months? It could go back to its all-time, basically its all-time highs, which would maybe be a 2x from now. But as far as like potential for gains, I think Milady has more of potential for the gains for it to move up, just because of the fact that it's still such a new project. The market cap is so low, and we've really been just slowly building as far as the community for Milady, not just for our channel, but I mean just out there. We can go on here and we look at Milady, and you can see it. I mean, it's getting tweeted all the time, and most of the tweets are people that are very bullish. Very bullish. This guy right here, he said both wrong. He was calling out this guy that just put out a post yesterday that said, "Lady, just wait after New Year's Eve when the whales flies home from long holidays vacation to fetch their cold wallets. Then showtime." So he's just saying, like, after the holidays, he thinks Milady's going to go up. This guy tags him and said, "You were wrong. It's January 1st. The guy said after New Year's Eve. He didn't say 2 hours after New Year's it's going to go flying up. But you can see this. This is people that are probably, they haven't been in crypto for too long. They have too much emotion in their in the investments and stuff like that. Because something like that is just so dumb. It's like, dude, why are you even calling the guy out? But other than that, if you read his post, he's just saying after New Year's he thinks things are going to start moving up for Milady, which I agree. I honestly think, I don't think it's going to be, whales are coming home from vacation and that's what's going to stir, the whole, Milady's to start pump. I think what the main thing that we're focused on is really what's Bitcoin doing. What's Bitcoin going to be doing in the next, few weeks and the next few months for 2024? What is Bitcoin going to be doing? That's the main focus right now. And that's why you have a lot of projects that have kind of just gone stagnant. Like Solana, Solana's been pumping like crazy, and it's been sitting around that $100, $105, $107. You can see it had this is local high, and then it kind of bottomed out, right here at like 99, 97, and it's kind of been sitting in a channel, almost like what we've been sitting in. Now you're going to see a more of a dramatic move for Milady because of the fact that Solana's market cap is multi-billions of dollars. You look at Milady, and again, like I keep telling you, Milady's market cap is at $50 million, so you're going to see more dramatic swings on something that has a lot smaller market cap. Now, someone did tag ICP, so we'll bring up ICP real quick. ICP has been going on a massive run, right? We just made a new local high. I believe this was yesterday at around $15.35. So this bull flag played out perfectly for ICP. And if you guys didn't see, I posted a video, 24 hours before this thing happened. And I was pretty much saying everything is looking like ICP is going to make some new local highs. You know, you saw the beautiful bull flag form, right? At any given time, you knew that there was going to be some kind of a upward movement, and it was explosive. Shot it right up towards 15. Like I said, about $15.34. It did get rejected right there, but it didn't, it didn't move down much. It went down from there to where we're at about $13, right? So the hype is still there for ICP, and I think ICP is going to continue to make these new local highs as we continue to move in the market, as long as, obviously the crypto market as a whole stays bullish. So, real quick, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like. Hit the like for the stream. Let's see here. So again, just looking at Milady, things are looking great. Looking at the buys to sells. So remember we were looking, and I already said this at the beginning of the stream, buys were really pretty much sitting around 30%, and the sells are sitting at around 70%. And that makes sense. That's why we haven't really moved up much, right? We made some lows and we've kind of, retraced from there, but we're really still in the same ballpark as where we've been in for the last 7 days pretty much, right? And that just goes to tell you, you can see the buyers are still technically in charge. The sellers are still in charge, and the buyers are really, they're kind of just, accumulating, but not at a bigger rate that the sells are coming into. And that's why we'll see Milady kind of move up a little bit, and have a decent little move, and then it's really just short-lived, and it kind of just sits right back into this channel that we've been sitting in. So until I think Bitcoin can really get above that $45,000 mark, I really don't see, Milady moving much yet, unless just out of nowhere, particularly something goes on with Milady, right? We've had a lot of chatter as far as Milady and Binance. A lot of chatter. Supposedly, and we can look here, there was somebody that was posting, let me see here. I wonder if it's still on here. But they were posting, let's see. Oh, yeah. So they're saying right here, this person, and remember, we're just reading tweets, so anybody can sit here and just put out whatever they want, but this has been slowly been building up. Is like someone right here saying that ladies will be paired with USDT, which is a stable coin, obviously, and Bitcoin on Binance is what they're claiming, right? So until it actually happens, or we really see something from Binance get released that they're going to be doing this, it's all hearsay, she say, right? So I'm not going to take any of that into consideration whenever I'm doing my my investments, other than I already believe that ladies eventually is going to be listed onto more exchanges. So I have been accumulating more, but not on, this terms of, Binance is about to drop, ladies. I'm a big, like, as far as me, I'm more of I'd rather just, keep on track as far as my DCA in, but I don't want to be going crazy, and do something off off my normal schedule and maybe buy in a lot more than I normally wouldn't, or sell something else and, buy in more on ladies, on the fact that there's rumors that Binance is going to be listing ladies. We know it's eventually going to happen, but I'm just, because I already, like, just like you guys, we're all sitting on nice bags, right? So I already am sitting comfortably. So I'm just going to continue to dollar cost average in on the amounts that I want. I'm not going to be going crazy off of just rumors. So, so AI was saying, agree. If you are trading on emotions, you are doomed. Pretty much, man. And you can see for crypto, especially if you're in all those groups, like on Facebook and stuff like that, it's just a bunch of people. They're so emotional. And a lot of times if they're emotional, it's usually because they're mad or they're upset about something, right? They sold too early. They lost money they sold, or they missed out. And that leads me to, I saw an article where right here, JP Morgan CEO's Bitcoin bashing is a do as I say and not as I do. And you can see So JP Morgan, which is I forgot his name. I think it's Jamie. Yeah, Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon's bank agreed to play a role with BlackRock's proposed Bitcoin ETF just weeks after he told the U.S. senators, "I've always been deeply opposed of crypto and Bitcoin." So you can see these people are going on in front of TV. They're going in front of Congress and they're sitting there telling them that they're opposed of crypto, but on the back end they're setting up deals and putting in money for like ETFs and for these for some of these players to start getting involved in Bitcoin or whatever they're doing to help get the ETFs approved in the back end, right? But they're going in front of Congress that's aired on TV, that they're opposed of crypto and Bitcoin particularly, right? So you can see how a lot of these players are they're old school stock traders. And especially these people that own, billions of dollars in assets or they're managing, they see crypto as a threat right now. They've been seeing crypto as a threat because they don't want to see their traditional investors moving from stocks over to crypto. That would be their worst case scenario, right? So what they're doing is they're kind of riding the fence where they're going on camera and they're telling you, that, they oppose crypto. Crypto's not safe. There's a lot of dark things going on crypto. But on the other end, they're in a meeting, setting up funds, getting ready for an ETF to be approved and stuff like that. So they can offer, Bitcoin to their people. So, it's like right now, you guys know what it is with crypto particularly, right? It's just like you got to just push all that nonsense out. You know what the future is. You know that, crypto is the future as far as, with investments and stuff like that. It's not going to take out the stock market. We don't want that to happen. And Bitcoin's not going to change. It's not going to take out the dollar, nothing like that. But there's going to be a place for crypto, 50 years from now where it's going to be a big asset, multi-trillions of dollars, worth of stuff as far as in crypto and not just Bitcoin, but, there could be at that time projects that that aren't even invented yet, right? That are big players in the game. But for now, you have a lot of these older, investors and stuff like that just do not want to see crypto go crazy. They don't want to see crypto take out or be too much where it's too attractive to those traditional stock market traders, and they'll quickly point out, well, look, Bitcoin makes these big volatile moves. It goes from from $20,000 to $3,000 and stuff like that, and they try to scare their investors. So it is what it is. But going back, let's see here. So just want to keep it back on Milady. We're sitting at around 64. We are under this channel. Like I told you guys, whenever we get down here, I've just been accumulating. So I probably will, after we get off the stream, I'll just buy in a little bit more and keep adding to my bag. Nothing crazy today. Bitcoin particularly is making a run. It's trying to break out, and possibly what we've been looking at is a bear flag for Bitcoin, just like ICP. I'm thinking that we're probably eventually going to start making a move up towards 48,000. Most likely going to be short-lived where we do break up past these resistance spots, but eventually we'll get up to about 48,000. In between 46 and 48,000 is what I'm thinking. And then as the ETF gets approved, we'll probably see some cool-offs where we'll probably, hopefully, the plan is to find some support where we've had resistance, right? That's pretty much what it is, and we'll continue our trek up as far as where we're moving for 2024. But let's see here. Jazzy J's in the house. What's up? Krager, Happy New Year's. So Jazzy was saying, gotta walk that Shiba dog, Milady. Maybe one day she will own 3 dogs. Right? Shiba and Bonk. For sure, for sure. Yep. So just to recap, the market cap for Milady, $47 million, guys. $47 million. So small. So small. Just so small. This has so much potential to move. And I was looking at actually, I was looking at the numbers as far as like, last night I, pulled out my handy dandy calculator and I'm sitting here like looking, what would the price be if we went up like 100x, right? And believe it or not, 100x, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember what it was, but I believe it was only 2 zeros. Believe it or not, 100x is dropping 2 zeros. That's insane. And 100x, 160x would be about $8 billion market cap. If we went up to what Shiba did, $40 billion, we dropped 3 zeros. And the market cap would be, well, obviously $40 billion, but that would be somewhere of like 1,000x, I believe it was, or something like that. Something insane, But that should just be on the back of your brain. That that's not for sure that that's going to happen, but anything can happen with crypto. And looking at this market cap being so small, we're in early, and we have the potential to really see some massive gains whenever we get into this full bull market, especially altcoin season starts. So, but other than that, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. This is gonna be a short stream. Happy New Year's! It's the first. We have 2024 ahead of us. We have all of January. I think January is going to be an exciting month for us. So just stay tuned. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, so you guys can get the notifications whenever I do come out. And AI was saying real quick before we leave, I'd get a bag of Graph. It's predicted to explode. It's AI Google and is 21 cents right now. I know Graph actually has been moving up. I'll check it out real quick. It was one of the top movers for the week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you can see it's at around 21 cents. This thing looks very bullish right now. You can see it's just been steadily moving up. So I mean, yeah, definitely wouldn't be a bad investment. Maybe just have some patience and wait to see if maybe we're going to retrace back down to like around 20 or 17 cents around there, to get a good bag. But other than that, it is above its 200-day moving average. So this thing's definitely bullish for sure. So other than that, guys, I am going to leave it here. Sorry for the short stream, but we have some big things coming this month. So you guys stay tuned. I thank you guys so much and hope you have a great night tonight, and happy